friends, your favorite besties are back for another episode of No Ma'am. I'm Will, and I'm joined by my podcast co-host in chaos,
Giovanni. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode of No Mail.
Friends, I know you've been asking us to do this for a while, and we finally have time to do so. So here is our Drag Race Mexico Latina Royale cast wish list.
Say
So
that 5 times fast.
I am going to let Giovanni talk about why he is so excited for this new season because I'll just let him talk about why he's so excited.
Yeah, I mean, as anyone who's watched pretty much any episode of our podcast, I'm somebody who is very proud of my Latin heritage, which was not always the case. Growing up, I was very ashamed of it. I would try to hide my Mexican identity from people, mainly because of the bullying that I faced because of it, especially during middle school. It was relentless bullying about me being queer and me being Mexican. But as I got older, I really learned to appreciate it. And it made me realize I should have been appreciating it much younger, because there's so much culture, so much identity, not just with Mexican culture, but with a lot of Latin American countries. And unfortunately, a lot of that was erased due to colonization. So I think this is a great way to kind of put it on the world stage and show people what it really means to be Latina. And I think Mexico is the perfect season for this, because if there's one thing about the Mexican franchise is they are very unapologetic about their Mexican identity and present that beautifully. Um, and the judges do a great job at critiquing that, and also exuding that themselves. So I think this is the perfect franchise to kind of host this season or this Latin Royale.
Yeah. I understand where you come from in terms of being really proud of who you are and seeing that representation, because you can't be what you can't see. I've said that numerous times, and I think it is about time that queens of color, Latinas especially, that we have another winner.
Yes.
Right, that is obviously we had Bianca, as you can see in the little photo right here, right? She was the first one. And it took us how long to have another one? Until we got Mexico, right? We had Drag Race Mexico, and then we have Drag Race Brazil. But
you can't not have a Latin queen win for those seasons.
Right. Right. But by default, it's oh yeah, we know that a Latina is going to win on those seasons because those are Latin American countries, and we get that. But I think it is about time for us to have a showdown with the Latinas. I would love to have one just full of Black queens. I just think it would be like Black Girl Magic down, and I'm waiting for someone to do that for us. Right? I just think we've had Latina Royale, now we have a Latina Royale, and I just think it needs to be the Black Girl Magic showdown.
Absolutely, but who do you think should host that? What franchise? Would it be the U.S.?
I think it'll be US.
A different country.
No, I think it'll be the U.S. I think Ru can host the Black Girl Magic showdown.
Obviously,
yeah. I don't see why not. Or maybe they can either get Bob, Monet, Shay, Simone. I think it would be perfect to host a Black Girl Magic showdown, but that's just me being wishful.
But I think this season is also really important in this current climate with everything that's going on, especially in our country. It's going to bring a lot of visibility. And we've had some amazing Latin queens who I think deserve to go much further and did really well and was just undervalued and eliminated too early. So I think it's a great opportunity for them to come back and present it to a judging panel that actually understands to some more probably than some of the other judges and hosts, really extends where they're coming from, really extends the meaning and the culture behind what they're presenting.
Yes. So for this one, we did something a little different. We did not have any honorable mentions like we had in the Latina Royale cast, because there's so many Latinas that we would want to see. And so this one was really hard for us to narrow down to 12. So there's about 18 of these bitches.
Now, do we think 18 are actually going to be cast? Absolutely not. If it's following Latina Royale, will probably be 12 of them. But these are the 18 queens we wanted to see the most. There's definitely some other queens we discussed where we want to see them too, but we really had to narrow it down at least a little bit because we can't have all of them.
Yes, we can't have all of them. But these are the ones that we really want. And this is going from obviously Drag Race Mexico. We have the American version of RuPaul's Drag Race. There is a queen from Holland, Drag Race Holland. There's a queen from Canada's Drag Race. And there is a couple of queens from Drag Race Brazil. And so,
Spain.
And a couple of queens for Drag Race España. Now, tell them why we specifically chose these queens, because Holland is not a Latin American country.
No,
Nor is Canada.
no.
Nor is
So
España.
well, I mean, they've.
You know how you feel. We know how you feel. We know how you feel.
Speaking of colonization, no. So the queens that we chose queens who come from Latin descent. So even if they're not living in a Latin American country or competing in a Latin American season, these are queens who do have Latin American parents or some lineage there. We did not necessarily just go for, oh, she speaks Spanish, she's going to be casted, because like I said in a previous episode, Hispanic is not the same as Latin. It is very different. So we went specifically with queens whose family comes from Latin American countries, or they themselves though.
Correct. All right. So who do we have first?
Okay, so up first we have Suculenta. Now, why did you want her on this season?
Well, we didn't have anybody from Drag Race Mexico season 2. We had a lot of the season 1 queens, and I felt like we needed some season 2 representation on this cast. But also, I think Suculenta was really funny, and I would say maybe deserves a second chance to come back to really see how they've evolved. I don't think they have translated so much on like the runways, right? As their personality was so much like in the confessionals and like they're just one-on-one interviews. I think we saw more of the personalities in that versus we saw them on the runway. And so I would think that they should come back and showcase like what their evolution.
Yeah, I agree with you. I want to see more. I want to see how she's grown. I think she showed enough on her original season to kind of be craving more. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how she's evolved since originally recording her season. All right, so next up we have Argenis. So I chose this queen. One, lip sync assassin, the house down. She's the first lip sync assassin of Mexico. She absolutely devoured those girls in the lip syncs. I think she had some really good runways. I think her issue was just she got into her head and she let that get in the way of her really like being able to perform to her full extent. But hopefully now, she's gotten out of her head, she's evolved, and I think she could really come back really strong.
I agree. I think she was a lip sync assassin of that season.
Yeah.
The first one that we had. Also, like I think my favorite runway from her was the Day of the Dead look when she did the makeup.
I did love that one. I think that amazing runway. My favorite by her was the all gold look. It was something about it. She looked so good. The gold like contrasted beautifully with her tan skin. I think she looked amazing. And then that was the first lip sync we saw her do, and she absolutely devoured, especially in that outfit and that high ass ponytail and those like 16-inch heels. That was amazing.
Yep. She's a force to be working with. So we shall see what she do if she comes back.
All right. And next up, we have another one of my picks, which was Lady Quero. I thought she was really funny. I think she was a really underrated queen. She went pretty far, a lot farther than I thought initially she would go when I was first watching the season. But I think she's really funny. I want to see what her runways are giving now. But the main reason I wanted her was just for that one wrestling mini challenge that they did, La Lucha Libre, where she put on that stupid, like pitched wrestling voice. Anyone who's actually watched Lucha Libre, like the real Mexican one, knows that is the voice that some of them put on. Why? I don't know. But I thought it was really funny. So I want to see more of her because she makes me laugh.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Lady Quero was a fun introduction to Drag Race Mexico, and seeing that, I think the first season of Drag Race Mexico was really true. In my opinion, I got to see like what Mexican drag really is. Like that, it still was obviously main stage, but it still gave us some traditional Mexican drag too. There was elements that they went back and forth, and I thought that was great. I agree with you. I think Lady Quero's like wrestling challenge was really fun. And that voice was ridiculous, but it is very on brand.
Yeah, yeah,
Like very on brand. It was very masculine too, which I was like, this is different.
She went in. She was for a second. I was like, "Oh, girl, you need. This is fake, right? You shouldn't be like going that hard." Like I felt bad for the picker member she was up against. All right. So next up, we have probably my favorite queen from Mexico so far. It is Regina Voce. I absolutely adore her. I think she represents Mexican drag very beautifully. Plus, she's very talented. She was on Queen of the Universe, and then she was on Drag Race Mexico. And she's an amazing performer. Lip sync, the house down in that final. Actually, her the two lip syncs she did too. They were absolutely amazing. So I really want to see her back, and I think she could dominate a season.
I agree. Every time I hear Regina Voce, I think of Queen of the Universe. And that's because Valentina just kept saying that every time she would like critique Regina, she'd be like, Queen of the Universe. And it's just the way she would say it all the time. So like it gets stuck in my head. But I agree. I think if she does get cast on this season, I think she will be a force to be reckoned with because she did really well on
She
the
did.
first season.
And I think she deserved more challenge wins than she actually got. No shade to
Correct.
Christian, but like some of those challenge wins were hers. But the judges had a huge boner for Christian for some reason, which she was
They
great.
did.
Don't get me wrong, but some of those wins should not have gone to her.
This is true.
It will also be fun because it'd be like a little mini Queen of the Universe reunion with her and Tyga.
Queen of the Universe?
Yes, very much that. And then next up we have, I think, from all the queens we've gotten on Drag Race Mexico, this queen showcases Mexican drag in an artistic way the best. And that's Matraca. I think she had some of the best runways we've seen in Mexico. Like they were jaw-dropping, they were thought-provoking, they were beautiful, they were colorful, and she performed pretty well throughout the season. So I definitely want to see her back, and I want her to showcase her drag to the world.
Yeah, I agree. She was my pick. And I thought that I thought Giovanni was gonna pick her, and then when I saw Giovanni's lick and he didn't have her, I was like, oh, okay.
So the reason I didn't was because I knew you would have.
Yes. Yeah.
But you know I live for Matraca.
I was like, I'm gonna put her on mine. I think her lip sync with Gala, what was that? The Rosalia one? Oh my god. It was when she did the Rosalia dance.
Mm-hmm.
I was living. Also, for her in her season, it was interesting because in the beginning she didn't do so well. And so we thought that she was going to be like one of like the early outs. And then she dominated the season. She pulled a Bimini, actually, if you think about it. She kind of had that trajectory where Bimini wasn't doing well in the beginning of the first half of the season. And then the end of the season, like the later half, dominated, had wins after wins after wins. And I was like, where did this person come from? But I agree with you on runways. Matraca's runways, amazing.
Yes. If you haven't seen Mexico 1, you need to go back and watch it. So many great queens on it, but Matraca's, I think, definitely one of the standouts of that season.
Yes. What is that look that she did? When we talked about it on our... Yes. Oh my God.
That is insane.
That look, hands down, it's amazing.
Yeah. And again, I think that goes back to what I said. I think she presents Mexican culture and heritage in such a unique and creative artistic way that it makes people like want to know more. And I think that's what we need right now.
100%.
All right. So next up, it's Crystal Forever from Spain. So you want to talk about her?
Yes. Well, Crystal Forever was one of my picks. I want to see her come back to compete in a competition that I think she would represent really well.
Mm-hmm.
One, I think Crystal let the competition for España get to her. And I say that because I think she felt like she needed to compete with the younger queens. And I've said that on a previous like episode recap, where I hate when the older queens come on the competition and feel like they need to compete with the younger ones. They really don't. The younger ones are looking at you for inspiration, for support, for tips and tricks, because what you do as an older queen, right, they can't do.
Yeah.
I don't expect the Crystals of the world, the Satin Grecos, to really just be out there and flipping and dipping and doing all that stuff. No. I expect you to be there and do park and barks, give me amazing runways, come out and just live, right? And it's like, sell it to me. Because that is that type of drag that I respond to the most. Mm-hmm. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the tricks and the dips and the splits and all that stuff like that. That's fun. But these knees ain't like they used to be. So, like, I don't need to do that. I know I can't do that. So, but I think Crystal Forever would be really great to come back and showcase what she probably didn't or couldn't do on España.
Yeah, I think she's a great, like, just quintessential drag queen. She does drag so perfectly. Like if you guys want to see like what we actually think about her, go watch a recap of the latest season of España, and you will see what we really think of her. But I agree with you. I think she will be better served and perform better this season than she was able to present on España. And also, like let's just be honest, like the girl brings drama, and we need some drama in the season.
We do. We live for the drama.
We need some fights. All right. So next up, if you watched our wish list for Down Under versus the World.
Mm-hmm.
You might know that we put her on already. But listen, I need some Visa. I love Visa. I think she is extremely talented. I think she was underloved and underappreciated in España. I think she should have gone way further. Another queen who's going to bring us some drama, who's going to bring us a lot of talent and a lot of culture. And I think it'll be really interesting to bring her back to her home country and kind of see how she does, with these other queens.
I agree. I would like to see her back in Mexico and showcase Mexican drag in Mexico, even though I think she did a really great job of showcasing Mexican drag and her heritage and her culture on España. But I think it's different. I don't think it resonated with the España queens because it's a different culture. So
Yeah.
being able to bring that to Mexico, why not? I'm here for it.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. But next up, we have another queen from España, and that is Diamante Mary Brown from season 2. But I love her. I think when she was on, she definitely needed some more, time in the oven. She was still a little very rough around the edges, but you could see, that the bones were there. She is an amazing performer. She gave us one of the best talent shows ever. She did so good. I want to see what her drag is at now, like what her drag is now, like how much she has elevated. I want to see that evolution, because if she has been able to kind of really hone in on her aesthetic, I think she will absolutely do amazing things on another season.
Yeah. Chocolate is one of my favorite songs. Like, it is
Yes.
such a bop. It's still in my repeat playlist on Spotify. So shout out to Diamante because that was a really great song.
It
And when
was
she
such a
jumped
good
from
song.
there, I was like, she jumps from there? Like, yes. Her talent show, amazing.
I mean, we said this before, but España has the best talent shows, like
They
hands
really
down.
do.
Like every season they deliver. So y'all need to go watch those. Even if you don't watch the full season, at least go watch España's talent shows because they're amazing.
Yeah, but I also agree with you on the point of seeing an evolution in her drag, right? Because when she was on season 2, she was still like a little fresh, and I don't think she fully realized who she was as a drag queen. So for her to come back to Latina Royale and really showcase who she is, I think it'd be really great.
Absolutely. All right. So next up, we are hopping back across the water, and we are going to Drag Race Brazil. And first up, we have Shannon Scarlett. So why was this one of your picks?
Yes, well, if you've seen Drag Race Brazil, then you know that Shannon and Organza had literally one of the best lip syncs, and they both were saved because they were great. But also, I think Shannon really did representation really well. And what I loved about season 1 of Brazil is that they didn't shy away from the colorism that it happens in Brazil. Brazil is victim to the colonization.
Yes.
And what that has brought to Brazil is colorism. So you are treated better because of the color of your skin. And it's unfortunate that we still have to talk about these things, but I think Shannon did really well at bringing the favelas into her drag and showcasing the beauty that does come from that. And I just think from a cultural perspective, I think it'd be really great to see her back.
Yeah, I agree. One, we definitely need some Brazil representation because it is a Latin American country. But yeah, I mean, that lip sync performance was amazing. And I want to see her come back and lip sync against some of these other queens that we put on here because some of them are really good lip syncers too. So I think that would be a battle.
It would. It would be.
All right. So next up, another queen from Brazil is Helena Maldita. Why was she one of your picks?
I had to. Like, I thought she was going to win season 1. I really thought she was going to win season 1. And also, what I loved about her is that her runways, immaculate. When you talk about a pageant queen, which I don't think she was, but she was giving pageant perfection. And I thought that was good, especially on the first season. Normally, we get a little hodgepodge in the first season with the runways because the queens don't really know what to do so much. But her, amazing. And then she had a story when she came out. And I just thought that was such an impactful and an emotional and powerful moment. And I just think that we need stories like that. Also, we just need her to showcase because I thought she was going to win. No shade to Organza, but like I really thought Helena was going to win. Though.
Yeah, I mean,
really
she's an amazing drag queen. She delivered that season, and her story is something that needs to be shared with the rest of the world too, not just people who watch Brazil. So I think she's definitely overdue for a comeback on the world stage.
Correct.
All right. So next up, we have from still Brazil, but season 2, Adora Black. I absolutely adored her. I thought she was gonna go further than she did. At least when the season started, because as the season went on, you really started to see like the crack show, and she really started to falter. But I think if she's able to get out of her headspace, she would do amazing. I think she had some really good runway looks. She's a good performer. I think if she's able to compete with a clear head, she's going to be really good.
Yeah, I think Azura Black needs to come back. I think she needs redemption. Also, need to see them sewing skills back on the runway. I need to see her flex on sewing skills again because, baby, if you put a sewing machine in a design challenge in front of Adora, it is a wrap for the girls.
Mm-hmm. Right, like, pack it up, girls. Pack it up.
That paper look
Amazing.
will go down in terms of like history as one of the best design looks that come from like a Drag Race competition.
Yep, absolutely.
She got to work on that snatch game though, because girl, that was rough.
That was rough. But who knows? Maybe she took some comedy lessons or something. But anyway, next up, another queen from Drag Race Brazil, season 2, and this is the runner-up, Melody Queen. We need a doll on the season. Like, we need some trans representation, and I think nobody better than Melody Queen. She was absolutely amazing. She did really well throughout the entire season. And I could have seen her taking the crown. I thought it definitely was between her and Ruby Knox. Thank you. I think they were definitely the top 2 of the season. They were very neck and neck, and I want to see her come back and deliver that again.
Yeah, I mean, we have to put Melody Queen on this. I think Melody Queen needs a redemption. I don't want to see Melody Queen have to showcase the amazing talent that she has being in bottom. Like, I don't need to see her being the lip sync assassin to show people that she is amazingly talented. Mm-hmm. I need her to perform in these challenges to the best of her abilities, in which I know that she can. And I think seeing herself on Drag Race not being the true star that she is, I feel like if she comes back, she will pull a Brigadine and win the whole thing.
I can see that. I like, yes, with the right headspace, like, yes, come back and dominate, please.
Yes.
All right, so next up, hopping a little bit north, or actually a lot of bit north, from Drag Race Canada, it's Adriana. I really want her because, one, I think she's a great representation of Latin culture, but also, like, same thing I said with Crystal, we need some drama. And we know Adriana is not afraid to get messy and fight with these girls. So I think it'd be really interesting to put her up with some of these other queens and just kind of see the drama unfold. But also, I just think she's a fantastic drag queen. She had some amazing runways in Canada. So I'm really interested to see how she's evolved over the years, because it's been a while since she was on.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it seems so far away, Canada Drag Race season 2, right? Like, yeah. Wow. But I agree. I think she has some really great runways. I think she has some really great looks. It's unfortunate that the storyline that we got was her being drama and not actually her showing talent. And I think her coming back will be a really great redemption story for her. So I think it'd be awesome for her to come back and showcase how she evolved.
Exactly.
But we still love a little bit of drama, though.
A lot of it, girl. I wanna see you like hair pulling, the wig snatching, pearl throwing. I want to see blood. No, I'm kidding. Well, kind of. But hopping up over back to Europe for a franchise that has kind of been in limbo for a while now. But from Drag Race Holland, it's Abby. Oh my god, I absolutely adored her on her season. I think she is a queen who's kind of a jack of all trades and can kind of do everything really well. I'm very interested to see how much she has evolved, because for her, it really has been a while. That was one of the first like international franchises and one of the first seasons we got. But she's also a really great lip syncer. So I want to see her buck down with like some of these other girls.
I like Miss Abby. Oh my god, I thought she was cool. I think in Holland season 1, she let her relationship with Envy Peru get the best of her, and so I think she kind of doubted herself because they were in the same drag house and they were drag sisters. But Envy was doing so well, and then she wasn't doing so good. So I think she let that get to her, and so that overshadowed the talent that she did have. But when she did lip sync, she was great, right? Like when she was on runways and she was able to perform, she showed really well. I think that's the Abby Oh My God that we need to see back on like Latina Royale. So we can get to see her in a different space. And also, I think Drag Race Holland needs to come back and better than ever. So
yes,
they need to come back.
Maybe with a different host. But that is besides the point. I do think she was a little bit rough around the edges when she originally competed. So I very much want to see an evolution and see maybe the polish that she's gotten over the years. Because I'm sure she definitely has gotten way better over time. And I don't mean that in like a derogatory way. I just think she absolutely has what it takes to be an amazing drag queen. So I really want to see more of her.
Same.
And that fight she had with Setter Jean, one of my favorite moments.
True.
I live for that. But next up, or finally, we're going back to the original franchise, RuPaul's Drag Race. First up, we have Tsunami Muse. I think she's a great representation of, again, Latin culture. She is from Panama. So I think it would be great to see her back. But also, the reason I chose her from the US girls is because now she can actually be on it. Like, who else was on her season who was a DACA queen? Geneva Carr. I would have loved to see her on it, but realistically, she probably can't be on it because for political reasons. But now that Tsunami has left the country and is free to travel the world, essentially, I think it'll be great to see her back and see how much she's learned from being able to travel the world and kind of add that to her drag.
Yeah, I mean, I love Tsunami. She's a New York City girly. She's also a Panamanian girly, so I got a rep for my Panamanian people. I just think she's a great representation from Panamanian drag too. She never shied away from like Afro-Indigenous Panamanians, and I think that is something that we just need to see. Also, it's unfortunate that she will be able to compete because she left the country. It's a blessing, but also it's a curse too because of the situation that happened. But it's a blessing that we get to see Tsunami back on our TV screens if she decides to like go back to and compete on the competition.
Absolutely.
She was good.
She was amazing. But next up, also from US, one of our favorites from the last All-Star season, Alyssa Hunter. I mean, she is a fashion girly. She served some amazing runways on All Stars 10. I want to see more of her. I don't think we got enough of her on All Stars 10. I want to see her come back and absolutely dominate those runways and really just bring her culture into it and just really like highlight that because I think she would give us some like jaw-dropping runways.
Yeah. Okay. So when I first heard this, there's two queens in particular that were on the top of my list to come back. And they're both on this. And I had to pick both of them for separate reasons. First one is Alyssa Hunter. I stan Alyssa Hunter. I think Alyssa Hunter is an amazing drag queen. I also think Alyssa Hunter represents Puerto Rican drag to the utmost degree. Alyssa Hunter is the fashion queen. And I don't think people really understand the gravity that Alyssa Hunter brings on the runway. I think a lot of the fans got to see this Alyssa Hunter because she had probably, in my opinion, the best promo of 2025. Hands down, this look right here, it is the best promo of 20. There's been looks come close, but there has not been a look, in my opinion, if we have a list today with the top promos of 2025, Alyssa Hunter would be number one for me. And that is a sword I will fall on because I am so like in love with this look that I don't know what else to say. But also her looks from All Stars 10 is a cut above the rest.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I'm really excited for Alyssa Hunter to be in on the joke.
Yes.
I think when she was on RuPaul's Drag Race season 14, a lot of the humor she didn't get because she didn't understand the references. And I am waiting for her to be able to be in on the joke.
Yeah, and I think this could be said for pretty much all the queens who have not competed in Latin American or Spanish speaking franchises because I think a lot of times some of the times they did struggle when it came to understanding references or under certain things. So it'd be great to have them in a setting where they, like you said, are all in on the joke and where they all understand everything that's going on, so that they're on a more even playing field. I think it'd be 100%. Great to see her perform with Spanish queens.
Yes. Okay.
All right. So next up, we have a queen that people have wanted on for years. Since she was literally on her original season, people have been wanting her back and back and back again. And I think we are way long overdue to see her back. And I think this is the perfect franchise for her to return to, Miss April Carrion. I'm gonna let you go first.
Yes. I mean, we can have a wish list and not put April Carrion on the list. She's my second queen. When I first heard this, I said we have to put her on the list. She has to be there. If we're not getting her on a RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars, then we need to get her someplace. She needs to come back to our screen. I think if you watch every single cast wish list, April Carrion is going to be on everyone's list. And if they don't, they're stupid because she needs to be on your list because we need to show the producers that they need to cast her. And how we do that is by talking about it. And we need to talk about it, and we need to talk about it, and we need to force them to cast her on the show.
Yes. She is such a great representation of Puerto Rican drag. She was very funny on her season, I think. I think it was people didn't really understand her humor. But I thought she was really funny. I think she's also a very humble queen, which I appreciate especially when you're able to do drag at the level that she was doing and still be humble about it. I think is amazing. She had amazing runways too. I think she had a really interesting take on what fashion was, especially at the time that she filmed. I think she was one of the original fashion queens. So it'd be great to see her back and see how much her drag has evolved. But also, I hope it hasn't evolved too much because I did love what she originally presented. And she's an amazing lip syncer.
She's great. She's great. All right.
All right. And then finally, another queen who's definitely going to be on everyone's wish list. I think this is probably the queen I've seen more than anybody else on other people's wish list. It's Jessica Wilde. She's hilarious. She's one of the funniest queens we've ever had. I absolutely adored her on All Stars 10. I think she really got to shine really well on that season.
It's actually All Stars. It's actually All Stars 8.
Oh, my bad. That's your fault because I'm just reading off of what you put.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, she was really funny. I think she got to showcase her humor really well the second time around. And I want her to come back and be able to do that in her primary language because I think that's going to be even funnier. Yeah, I need more crazy cuckoo Jessica Wilde.
I just have one thing to say. I love that drink.
See, I thought you were gonna say because she like it with guacamole or whatever the fuck she said. She would never leave the HCB card.
No,
she liked the steak tacos with the guacamole.
No, that's not my favorite part of that episode. My favorite part of that episode was, but I'm not a Republican. That was hands down the best thing. That was after guacamole, but guacamole is extra. But I'm not a Republican was great.
She's so funny. I need to see her back. But also her in that reading challenge in her original season where nobody understood what she was trying to say. Again, she's really funny. We just need to see her in a setting where she could just fully authentically be herself and people are going to get it and she's going to be judged by people who fully understand what she's trying to do and present.
I loved her in the roast on All Stars 8 when she goes,
oh my God, with Carson?
Carson, I'm still not watching.
No, I love when she broke down how he was cunt and then at the end, and he has the talent to make us believe that he has talent. One of the best roasts ever. I adore her. I adore Jessica Wilde.
She should have won the roast.
She should have won the
roast. Her roast was the funniest.
It really was. She was amazing.
Oh my gosh. Jessica Wilde is going to be on everybody's wish list to come back because we just love Jessica Wilde on our TV screen.
Yep, absolutely. And I know you said there was... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and it'd be good for her to be in on the joke too.
Yeah.
Like to speak in her language that she's most comfortable speaking in. And I think that's really great.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I know we said there's no honorable mentions, but I want to give an honorable mention to Gia Gunn, the honorary Latina más Latina. No, I don't actually think she should be on it because she's not actually Latin. Yes, she grew up around a lot of Mexicans and she could absolutely be on the season because she does speak Spanish, but she's not actually Latin. That would just be funny because the bitch would fight them all. I mean, we've already seen that. Have you seen
the Switch? The Switch?
She had her heel on those girls' necks and she was not letting go. She was fighting them left and right. I thought that was so fun to watch.
Yes.
But no, she should absolutely not be on the season.
All right. Well, friends, there you have it. That was our long-awaited cast wish list for Drag Race Mexico Latina Royale. So we have an ask for you. Sign off in the comments and let us know who you want to be cast. Did you agree with our picks? Do you have anyone else? Obviously, there's a ton of honorable mentions. I'm sure we're going to probably get a lot of Alexis Mateos in there. I already know. We already know. She was a pick for us, but we had to narrow it down. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of...
She's been in it enough.
And I'm sure we're going to get some Vanjis. We know. There's a lot of queens. Probably some Jules Sparkles in there too, because she was going to be on my list too, but I had to narrow it down. I was like, there's a lot of choices. So sound off in the comments. Let us know who you want to be cast. But again, if you want these queens to be cast, just keep talking about them. Let the producers know who we are interested in and who you want, because that is how they get to be on seasons, right? Like, let them know that the reception is there. Their fandom wants them to come back because we are talking about them. We're going to keep talking about it because this is culture. This is the cultural reset that we needed, especially in this climate and this political climate. We need to show that we are here and we are not going anywhere.
We got to watch this so they give us another season because if we don't watch this, season. So when this shit comes out, share it with your mother, share it with your grandmother, get a Ouija board, share it with your dead great grandmother. But we gotta show up for this franchise.
We do. And so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a single episode of No Ma'am. Until next time, y'all.